Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim. So today, Taurus, for your meditative session, you guys got Shekinah, the presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. It's interesting because they say that this is like the divine feminine aspect of God, right? We are in divine feminine season, and when I did Aries reading, and I'm doing Taurus's, I got this like ask for help, right? Like, oh, someone asking for help. And it's interesting because I feel like now is the time, like someone is finally allowing the divine to kind of enter their life and receive something from the divine. Do you know what I'm saying? It kind of feels the same with Aries. It's like someone's like finally able to, I think that's going to be the theme this week. Like every week there seems to be a common theme, and the theme this week I think is like opening up to the feminine side of like ourselves, opening up to receiving help. And I feel like it could be the feminines, it could also be the masculines, it could be everyone as a collective. Like it could just, and it's an important thing to ask for help, right? To receive. And I think people are finally beginning to put more faith, right, in the divine, in their higher selves, in the universe, and be like, you know what, can you please guide me? Like, I need help. Like, in Aries, it was very different. It was more aggressive. It was more desperate. This one just feels very calm. It feels like, you're just opened up. You're just opened up to the universe. You're just open to, like, whatever the plan is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, like, I don't even know what the plan is, but, like, I'm ready to receive it. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, what are you receiving? Like, I don't know, but it has to be good. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to receive anything negative. It's like the faith that you're going to receive something positive, the faith that, like, your answers are going to be, your prayers are going to be answered, and that, only the light is allowed to come in. I'm not allowing any darkness. So I have the faith, like, to know that everything that's coming for me is just going to be good. You know what I mean? And it's a really beautiful, beautiful energy, this energy of receiving. And it's mainly receiving aid and receiving help. And I really, really like it. It just feels so nice, Taurus. So yeah, Taurus, let's pull some cards. So Taurus, what's really interesting about this read is that you kind of have this choice, right? And I have the King and Queen of Air out here. So we have a true pair, right? And they're coming up right next to each other. And I feel like that's really significant that they're together, right? Because I think that this kind of, it feels like an initiation in a sense, because you're together and it's happening at the same time. And it's interesting because we're not getting earth energy. We're talking about Taurus. So one of you has Taurus in your chart, but you're both in air energy. And that's the energy I feel like you need to be in for the what you're about to receive, right? You're both about to receive. And it's an important thing. Again, it's like an initiation. And it's kind of like a choice that you two are both making, and it's like at the same exact time. And it's funny because you're like at the same energy. You're at the same frequency at the same exact time, and that's why this is all happening. And you can't say this is like not divinely orchestrated, because like there's too many synchronicities here for it to be like, oh, just a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? This is all the divine trying to like orchestrate this, and this is your higher selves too syncing up with someone else. That's what's so crazy about this. It's like, it's not just like the right time at the right place at the right moment, but it's more than that, right? Because it's like you guys are at the right energy, you guys are at the same vibe, you guys are receiving and wanting to receive at the same time, right? And wanting to let go at the same time, and just waiting for like the energy to kind of be for you, and look what's going to happen. It's like as soon as you open up to this energy, what comes? The 10 of Pentacles, right? So it's like you feel, actually, I think you feel more stable letting go than like holding on. You know, when like people are like, yeah, I'm so stressed out, you know, like like I'm trying to hold on to every single thing, and like I'm trying to control every single like bit of the situation, but obviously that's impossible. We can never control like anything, you know. Mostly the only thing that we can control is ourselves. And I think these two people, that's why it's so beautiful, because it's like two people that are coming together from I don't know where, but like they're coming together at the same exact time, at the same exact frequency, wanting to receive, and they're letting go of control, which is very not Taurian, right? Like I feel like Taurus energy is very like, I want to remain in control. It's an earth energy, right? It likes stability. But what's funny is like you're receiving the stability that you want and that you want to feel, and it's by letting go. So it's like what? Like Taurus is like, what? How's that possible? But it's so beautiful because it's like both of you are doing it. I can't tell who's who. I don't really care if you're the feminine or the masculine. Maybe this is just one person who is opening up, you know, to their feminine and their like masculine sides. But I actually really do feel like it's two people at the same moment, at the same time, balancing everything out, and it's actually creating more stability in their life than they thought it would, right? Like it's like, oh, when you let go, you think it's like you know, when you let go, you lose control, right? Like that's kind of how people say, like that's what the sayings are, like that's what the phrases are. When you let go, you lose control, or when you let go, you never know what's going to happen. And that's not the case, right? You letting go, right? You receiving, being open to receiving, and not even being specific about what you receive, just being like, yeah, I want to receive, I'm ready to receive, I'm like, I'm here, right? That is what's putting you in this stable like position. That's what's giving you this 10 of Pentacles. It's like you have everything that you need now, right? And it's like all you had to do was open yourself up to your higher self, to the divine, right? To receive the light, right? To receive. And then once you do that, you guys are both like here on the same page. And then what's so interesting and like so beautiful is that they're telling you right now to take like a very good look at what it is that you want, because you're very close to getting it, right? Like they're telling you, I think they're also trying to tell you this in kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, oh, remember all the things that you want, because that's everything that I'm gonna go give you, right? It's kind of like the divine being like, yeah, like every single thing that you wanted, everything that you like desired at one point, everything that you have like been waiting for, I'm going to like provide it for you with this Ace of Cups. Right? This is from the divine, this ace. And it's interesting because it's like, I feel like they want you to take a look at it. And I honestly feel like it has to do with like bragging, to be really honest, which I kind of like. Like the divine doesn't brag, but that's kind of how I'm seeing it. They're like, oh, take a look at everything that you want, because you're about to see it like come to life. And I just like that they're in that energy. Like, of course they can be cocky. They're the divine, right? Of course they can be, a little bit, yeah, like they're very sure of themselves because it's the divine, right? And and I can see everything that you want, right? You want this 10 of Cups, you want this happy family, you want this happy home, you want this wish fulfillment in your life, you want the wheel to turn for you, and you want justice. Like everything that you want is coming to you, right? And it's interesting because they're telling you to take a look at it one last time, because you're about to receive it. Now, what's really interesting, Taurus, the last part of this, right? This is a beautiful read. So you two are about to receive this, right? You two are about to receive this ace. I'm reminded of chess right now. Like they say in chess, like the middle pieces are the most important, right? I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but yeah, now I'm seeing like the middle pieces are very important, right? Like the love is here, right? The divine is here. They're telling you to take one last look at like the life that you kind of knew, because your life is basically about to change, and to remember what it was that your heart was like desiring, like back in the day, like whenever you wanted this to happen, because it's about to come for you. You're about to see like how provided for you are, right? And the only warning that I see here, right, is the ego getting in the way. The ego, the mask. They're trying to let you know that the only one that can stop you from receiving this is you, and the only one who has been able to stop yourself. And the reason like it stopped, and the reason maybe it stalled, and the reason it took a while, it all had to do with the ego. It all had to do with like letting this go, dropping this mask. And I think it's also a warning to say like to not miss out on this opportunity because of the ego. So that kind of tells me that I feel like a lot of you guys have done the you know, the work, And a lot of you guys have done the shadow work that you need to do to have this ego be a part of you and not like be all that you are, like not overtake you, not overpower you. But I feel like with the counselor in reverse, this is a warning for one of you, right? It could be the king or the queen that the way to get triggered, I think it's like, you can still get triggered, right? You can still make a wrong decision. You can still, that's what I'm getting. It's like you can still get triggered. You can still make a wrong choice. Like, just because this is here, right, doesn't mean that everyone is going to take it. Because I think that's also something you have to understand. When people get offered everything that they've ever wanted, I don't even know if some people understand how to like take that energy and receive it. And that's why I feel like you have Shekinah, right, to help you receive. The presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything there is light, and I am that light. Like, she wants to remind you, and I think you should call on her, right? It's interesting because this is like the only cold card here, right? So I feel like when you have a problem with this ego, when you have a problem with like making a decision, or when you feel like you don't know which way to go, or when you feel like you might be passing on an opportunity, do you know what I'm saying? Like, whenever you're confused, it's to remember your own light like within you, and to remember like that the ego does not control you. And whenever you're confused about this is what I'm getting. It's like you're gonna have a decision to make, you're gonna have choices to make, and you might be confused because it's like one of them might feel right, but one of them you're thinking about it like too much, and it's like you're getting confused. And I feel like they're just trying to remind you that yes, there's always a chance to, let the ego overpower us, and like yes, there's a chance of making the wrong decision. Yes, there's a chance of like us not grasping the opportunity that's given to us, right? And they don't want any of you guys to do that. They all want you to like accept this. They want both of you to be like at the right energy at the right time, and to both receive this at the same time, and to both like have that fulfillment that you both want to have. So they're telling you that it's here. Like, it's already here. It's already here in the cards. The potential's here. It's already like playing out basically, maybe in another like dimension, right? It's here. The warning for you guys is like to not let the ego like fool you guys, right? To remember where you came from, to remember what you asked for, and to remember like how much this means to you, and to not let it go, right? To always, I feel like it's to use the heart, right? The heart over this mask. And honestly, I also feel like if you have a problem with this, if you feel like you're not making the right decision, or you're a little confused, to call on Shekinah, the presence of the divine feminine, like ask to receive, right? Ask to receive like the right answer, ask to receive like where it is you're supposed to be going, and they're going to guide you. They're going to guide you. Remember I was saying like I felt like in the meditative session, everyone was asking for help. Like there's something about receiving and asking for aid. This might be the reason you guys need to ask for aid. And I feel like that's why Shekinah is here, because she's the feminine presence of God, and she's here to like, she's going to help you receive the right answers, the right like aid, the right like intuitive like hits, right? Whatever you want to call it. Like, she's going to help with the clarity, right? And you guys are not, it's not that you guys are not clear. It's not even that. It's just, I think like there might be someone here who might self-sabotage, or someone who might, overthink something. Like, we all have our nasty like little habits that we do, and she's just here to kind of clear that shit up, right? And then at the end, I feel like they're just trying to point out to you, right? Like that the journey, like you have come a long way. That you understand both sides. Both of you understand the light and the dark. Again, that's what I'm saying. It's not that you haven't done the shadow work. It's not even that. It's not that you haven't done the shadow work. It's like, I think it's telling you that you're going to overcome this, right? Because here with the counselor in reverse, it kind of seems like someone who's not in their heart space, who's not listening to their heart. But then here with the journey, it's like you correct yourself, right? So there might be a pause, right? Before this, like you might receive this, and there might be a pause, because you have to kind of like go back to who it is that you want. Go look at it as look at what you want, right? But with the Hierophant and the King of Cups, I see you coming back to your heart space. Maybe this is the masculine because it's the King of Cups, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. Maybe it's that masculine part of you, right? That wants to kind of make things it's like that part of you, right? But you're the feminine energy. So for whoever it is, you're going to end up making the right decision once you go back to your heart space. So don't let the ego lead you, right? And if you ever have a question of like if you're going the right way or not, or like whatever question you have for yourself, remember what it is that you've been wanting this whole time, right? You want this 10 of cups, you want this wish fulfillment, you want this family, you want this marriage, you want the wheel to turn for you, you want things to change, and you want justice in your life. And they're going to provide all that for you. It's a matter of you like knowing which way is right and like what's right in front of your face. That's what I keep getting, like what's right in front of your face, because like the energy is already here, right? So just keep your heart open. And you know this already. You've done the shadow work. So I don't think that there's any like confusion here. I think you guys will be fine. Just listen to like the light, like follow the light, follow the light. I really want to call over this ego. I don't know why it's bothering me so much. Let's pull some advice. So yeah, Taurus, there's no advice. They're just like letting you know that it's time to, you're about to have this new beginning and you've created this for yourself. They've been helping orchestrate it and it's here, right? Porcupine spirit, time for a beginner mind. Number 48 making a 12, and it's a 3, right? 12 is a 3. And it's interesting because that's like the divine, right? The divine. They're all here orchestrating for you this brand new beginning. And I love how his like little nose is blue because it's just reminding me of all the blue in this, right? Like stay in your heart space, stay very open to receiving. Their advice is just to stay in a childlike mindset, right? Like very curious, very open for adventure. You know, again, a beginning, right? How does a child act? A child is always very like passionate about things, very excited, very, you know, like everything's brand new to them. And that's what they're saying, like everything is going to be brand new. So don't worry about like the past anymore. And you're not even fazed by the past anymore. You've grown so much. So this is just a confirmation for you guys that like everything is coming, everything that you desire is coming, to just, you know, keep going and to start to always remember like this like childlike heart that you have, you know what I mean? Like start from the beginning again. Like if it's the same person, someone you know already, you're starting again, start fresh. You know what I'm saying? If it's somebody you don't know, but you guys, you know, have been, you know, you've been through it, it's not going to feel like that. You're going to feel like everything's brand new. So don't worry about anything. Like the divine is taking care of it all. It's so beautiful, Taurus. So yeah, Taurus, I love you guys so much. I hope this reading resonates, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.